Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Merca Moment. I'm Bishop.
I'm David.
And we're bringing another part, the third part of our CBD series. It's a little mini series, and we thought we'd talk about CBD. Since putting up a class, we've been inundated with people looking for a healthier alternative to prescription medications or over-the-counter options. So CBD has really come through. A lot of people have been turning to it and coming up with many different uses for it. So he's over there playing on his computer. So if you have questions, feel free to join, and David will answer those questions and say hello.
Yeah, and there is a time lag when you're watching this and it's being filmed. So
yeah,
just be aware.
Yeah. So welcome again. And one of the things we want to talk about is taste. Finding a product that if you enjoy the taste of it, you're going to enjoy taking it. A lot of people have a hard time. Somebody said hello.
Mm-hmm. Me.
Aww.
I'm saying hello to everybody that's out there because we've got 2 whole viewers at the moment.
2.
So tell your friends. I'm probably one of these viewers.
I think you might be.
But the taste of it, if anybody has tried CBD from, let's say a year ago, it's pretty dark. It's almost like tar, and the flavor, if you want to call it flavor, is like eating dirt. So it wasn't very pleasant to try.
No, and a lot of them have this chemical taste or metallic taste. Some people describe it very differently. But ultimately the taste is...
Hello, Louise.
Ultimately, the taste is what's going to help you
Dottie
want to keep taking it.
And Carrie. Dottie, we miss you. Where have you been?
So
we miss everybody, but
I think this might be a bit longer video.
We're owed a visit from Dottie. Anyhow.
So CBD. You want to find a product that tastes really well. So look at some reviews, make sure you understand what you're seeing, what you're reading, because the taste is really going to indicate how much you're going to take. A lot of the stuff that's being made overseas and coming in actually is made with things that can be very harmful to you. And it doesn't have nearly as much CBD in it as what is written on the label. So they've done studies where they've actually taken product and studied it. So you want to know where it comes from. CBD is a fantastic CBD is a fantastic cannabinoid along with so many others. There's a lot of different cannabinoids do a lot of different things to your body and help you out in so many different ways. So you want to make sure you're getting as much as what you can get. You can't overdo it, but just something to think about. Does the product have the amount? What does it taste like? What's it made with? Those are things going to help you know if you're going to continue taking it, because you really want to be for CBD to work and help with an overall body, putting it back into homeostasis, back into balance, everything feeling like it should be, not like this. You want to make sure that you are taking it every day. So one of the easiest ways of taking it is a tincture. There are many different tinctures. It's a term. A lot of people think of a tincture with some type of alcohol in it, which those are tinctures as well. There's many different ways. This one has no alcohol. This one just has coconut oil, MTC coconut oil in it. So that one, you don't have to worry about all the extra things in it. That one's very simple, straightforward. It has all the terpenes, cannabinoids, and coconut oil all mixed together, all good stuff, all natural, with some type of flavoring that we're talking about for us, the one that we found. But for you, you kind of want to find something that's very similar to that, and find something that's all natural, that even the flavoring is natural. So if you can find one that has a nice flavor, citrus flavoring, or chocolate, coconut, if it's something that's sweet orange or lavender, peppermint, things that are good for your stomach, good for a headache, good for other things. Having something all natural, you're going to want to take it a lot more than if something is terrible. We've done this segment on this part of it because, once again, research, understanding what you're getting, make sure you're getting it from somebody you trust who actually knows the company, knows the product, knows what's inside the bottle. It's really a key part for you to feel comfortable ingesting it. So having something that tastes really good and knowing what it is once again, it's all going to help you in the long run. So you want to take it every day, generally twice a day for a tincture in the morning and in the evening. That way, because CBD, for most people, they'll metabolize CBD within anywhere from between 8 to 12 hours. So taking it in the morning and then taking it before you go to bed, about maybe 20, 30 minutes before you go to bed, it's really good. CBD that is in coconut, MTC coconut oil, will usually take effect within 10 to 15 minutes once it hits the liver. So that's where the liver in the body will help break it down and help move it throughout your body much easier and more efficiently. So knowing that part and knowing how it affects you, how long it takes and what's in it is really going to help you understand what to look for. So what it's made with, the flavoring, and how it tastes is really kind of an important thing, because after you get it and you're like, oh, I really hate taking this, how long are you going to keep taking it for? Now, the next part is dosage. Oftentimes you hear people are saying that they're trying to give you a rough estimate. Dosage it's a really tough thing, because body weight, right? How much do you weigh? That really matters on how much of a dosage, how much is got to go through your entire system. That's one part. Your metabolism. Do you have a really fast metabolism? Do you burn through things really quickly? Or do you have a slow metabolism? So now you have to figure out your weight, figure out your metabolism, and then understand the third one is, why are you taking it? That's the question, right? Everybody's looking for something to help them do something. But if you let's say you have a really high pain tolerance and somebody else has a really low pain tolerance, and you both have the same issue, well, one of you might take more and one might take less. You need to figure that out for yourself. So those are the things you need to kind of figure out how much of discomfort you're in, how much you need to do, just how much you need to take for your size, and then how your body's going to handle it. So start off slow when you start on CBD. I would recommend taking something like 8 to 10 drops, depending on what your product is. And that way you're taking a little less than what you're seeing out there is something around 10 to 20 pounds per drop. So that's a big area. Okay, when you start getting up to 10 drops, is it really 100 pounds or 200 pounds? So 10 to 20 pounds per drop. But start off with less, work your way up to where you feel that you've hit your peak. The good thing about CBD right now, all the research is showing that it doesn't do any harm by having too much of it. Okay, so too much CBD in your body will just secrete it. You'll urinate it out, just like any other vitamin. And you should look at this as a supplement, supplementing the things you're already doing. A lot of people are finding that the supplement is allowing them not to need other things that you're taking to treat the symptoms you're having. So it's been really good that way. Talk to your doctor before changing anything in your, whether you're taking medication. If you're changing how much you're taking or not taking it at all, talk to your doctor before changing any of that, any of his advice. Let them know that CBD is an option for you, or you're already taking it, so you have that honest conversation. Most doctors are coming on board and understanding that there's more and more research all the time about it. But dosage is a key thing. It's really something you'll dial in on your own and figure out what it means to you, how it affects your body. But a good starting point is something like a drop for 10 pounds, one drop for 20 pounds, someplace in there, and then see how you feel on it, how your symptoms are. CBD also, you can get it in different amounts of THC. So finding a company that you trust, you like the flavor, you like what's in it, you like the fact it's all natural and how it's processed without chemicals and stripping agents. You want to look for something that is CO2 cold pressed, cryopressed CO2, I can't remember what the right term is. You want to go for that type of processing because it's cleaner, it's better for you. And I have heard that the company we're working with is coming out with a brand new, much more efficient, you're going to have more good stuff from the plant than even CO2 is doing. CO2 leaves no residue behind. That's what you really are looking for. Having any type of solvents that break down the plant, it's really difficult to get all the solvents out of the material, and those solvents oftentimes cause neurological defects. So you take those over a long period of time, that's crazy. You don't want to do that. You don't want to cause more issues than what you had before you started taking it. So no solvents, go with CO2 processing. It's cleaner. But the company we have started working with, which I am super excited, it's going to be happening. I'm hoping they're in testing phases, and the tests have been coming out amazing. They're coming up with a brand new way to process and extract that's even better than CO2. That harnesses more of the plant. You will waste less. You get more of the good stuff. I can't wait till that happens. It's going to be. Hopefully, it's coming out really soon. Anyways, once again, that's going to help with flavor. It's going to help with added benefits. So those are the things we want to talk about today, was finding something that has all good stuff in it, because then you'll enjoy the flavor. And then dosing. So dosing is tough. You will have to take some time, trial and error. And as always, with anything like this, start small, work your way up. It doesn't hurt you to do that. And the other side of it, research right now says that there is no downside of taking too much, but you don't want to waste it. You don't want to just be taking a bunch of it. So start off small, work your way up, and then see how you feel. All right?
We've got a ton of people watching. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Thanks.
Some questions are coming up right now. Somebody said they've been taking it without the THC, and they haven't been feeling any different for arthritis. There's many factors that could be involved with that. First of all, the THC that you would find in a full spectrum is not enough to even get you remotely high. It's just there as a vehicle, and more cannabinoids that get into the system much better. The only reason that you would take it without the THC is if you work for a company that drug tests. And if they drug test, a very minute molecule of THC will show up possibly in it. So that's why they make the isolate. But if you can take the full spectrum, I highly recommend that, because it's much more potent, I guess.
It gives you the entourage effect. So when you take an isolate, it isolates that one molecule of CBD. So CBD is one cannabinoid out of, and hemp right now they discovered 86 different types of cannabinoids. Hemp isn't as researched as marijuana. So marijuana, we have something like 113 of those. Hemp, you're finding more all the time, because now we're putting more studies since 2014, when the laws changed to grow industrial hemp. For research purposes, you're seeing more and more studies that are helping to bring hemp to life and see what it's all about. So we're seeing more and more of those coming up. So one molecule, that's what the isolate does. Excuse me. Isolate isolates that one molecule out of all kinds of 100 molecules. And it gives you just that one thing, which does a lot for you. But the full spectrum brings on the entourage effect of all these different cannabinoids that all come together and make a perfect circle, and a perfect way of treating the whole body as a whole, as one great big unit, instead of just trying to isolate one thing.
Yeah.
The THC, while he's reading, I'll talk about that a little bit. Marijuana has a higher THC level, whereas industrial hemp has 0.3% or lower. So having testing positive is a possibility. So you really want to have, you don't need anything higher than that. It does give you benefits in some ways with having the uplifting effect or the euphoric effect. It does put you in a state of relaxation, which does relax your body. So there is something for that. So I would never want to discredit that, but most people can't take it in the morning and go to work. You know, there are some things like that. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
This product has 0.3% by legal. The legal limit is 0.3%. That's what hemp has, and that's why that is legal. But most products, like similar to the one we use, has 0.03% to 0.08%. I saw one lab report that had 0.8%, 0.08%. So it has a lot lower, so you're not going to get that high effect.
And one thing that I noticed with it is because the reason that I took it was for sleep. And I was using the other stuff for sleep, but I'd wake up foggy and groggy the next day. With CBD, there's been no fog, no brain fog. I wake up refreshed, relaxed. Sometimes I'll even skip coffee. So that's my testament.
Okay, any other questions?
No, everybody's just saying hello.
And hello to everybody. Yeah, we have a bunch of people watching. But if you do have any questions, feel free to ask now, or we'll get back to you afterwards.
Where's the bottle?
Okay, the bottles are in there.
Oh, in there.
Hey, all right. So
I need my CBD.
listen to him. All right. So if you have any questions whatsoever, comment here. If you need any one-on-one help, feel free to come into the shop, say hi. People have been coming in a lot, which has been fantastic. People are even calling up and making appointments to come in to talk about it because it can take a while to go through. There's a lot to it. And feel free to do some research. Be your own advocate. Go online, see what the results are. Go to places that offer studies and reports about the studies. Yeah. Do the things that are best for you, and you're going to help yourself, and you're probably going to be helping other people too.
Somebody's asking about skipping coffee. Yes, Annie, I have skipped our Jamaican coffee, but I do love it, so I probably will be back to it. Somebody asked if it could help with IBS. Definitely, it can help with IBS.
Yes.
IBS is a lot of inflammation, and
yep.
This is what that does. It really works on the digestive system. Somebody asked about sleep. Somebody asked about thyroid. Yes.
Okay, so I just read there's I was looking at thyroid research for somebody else, a friend of mine, and what I found is there was a study in 2009 and 2002, I believe, an article referenced it all. I posted that article in our CBD Shaman group. Okay, so go in there, you'll see the right. That's right.
Yeah, go to Facebook, CBD Shaman's Garden. And you can find all of this information. All of our videos are in there. You can ask questions.
Yep. So the thyroid one, I just found that in there in a reference to studies that have already been done, and they're showing that it has very promising results. That CBD will definitely help with that. What they recommend is a high dose, pure grade. So if you're doing it for something like thyroid or anything in particular, you really want to make sure that the company you're using is offering lab results on their website, that you know where it comes from, what it's made with, how it's processed. These are the things, especially if you're taking something for as serious as a thyroid or anything that's serious like that. Okay, so definitely do your research. Have questions, come in and talk to us. We're not here pushing anybody's products. We just know what works for us. We just know the research we did brought us down one path. There are many paths. Make sure you make the right one for yourself. If you need some help with that, please come and talk to us.
Yeah. We got a lot of people just joining right now, and they're asking questions about what we just talked about earlier. So after this video airs, you can go back and replay it, and you'll get your answers to all your questions on there. There's one question that's about sugar addiction. That is not going to, it's not going to help with being addicted to sugar. What does happen, so anybody who is in particular, let's talk about diabetics, okay? If you're a diabetic, what's happening is you need, if you're a type 1 diabetic in particular, if you get to that stage, you need to take insulin. So one of the things that CBD does help with, it helps lower your stress on your body, stress that you're feeling. Your body slows out the production of cortisol. Cortisol blocks some of the insulin. So therefore, you stop putting on weight, especially in the midsection, because that's how unused cortisol, I believe, metastasizes and helps fill out that part of your body. So by taking CBD, it should lower the need for your body to produce cortisol, which would mean that your insulin is working much better in your body, and then you'd go back to your normal weight. Somebody asked, I've heard this mentioned a few times, taking it for weight loss. It's not a weight management tool. I don't think that's how it is. I haven't seen any studies saying that's for weight management. In fact, I've seen studies saying that it is not for weight management. What happens is under stress, we naturally we put on weight through stress. So reducing the stress, which is what the CBD does, it reduces the amount of cortisol causing the weight, and you go back to whatever your normal intake of calories is, how much you burn, whatever your normal weight is, without the stress aspect. And therefore lowering the cortisol, which lowers the amount of insulin generally you need, and it will help put you in a better place. So for people who are suffering from diabetes, it definitely can help make how your body's processing insulin and then producing it and using it much more efficient, which may help get people off any type of medication or move them towards something if you're a type 2 diabetic. Type 1, I'm not sure, that it just would lower the amount of insulin you need to take. Okay. People are talking about pets, and it can be used with pets, dogs. We've used it firsthand with Ripley when she had a shoulder injury. So yeah, pets definitely can work with. Okay, I think we're
Okay, so I just want to see if there's any other comments that we need to answer right away. Have you seen anything else that we need to do?
Nope, keep going.
Okay.
All right.
So wonderful. We will get back to you all on the other end. We didn't want to be too long. I know we're already over 20 minutes. I'm so sorry about that. We'll see you all soon. Okay. We'll have another video for the series coming out. And if you need us to talk about anything in particular, post it. We're looking for some ideas. But we just want to be here to help. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.